sick, not broken, just off. Like something inside me had quietly gone missing, and I didn't know how to get it back.
You say you need your space, then pull me close. I read your silence, louder than most. One day you'll...
My mom mentioned a temple in our hometown, Chiayi. She said, the energy there is so different. It feels like kind. I almost forgot it because I was so busy in that time until she told me about her friend. This friend has a rare sensitivity. He can feel things most people can't. Spirits, presences, things that linger. For years, he struggled, and then he came to this temple. He slept under the altar of the goddess for 3 months, and he healed. I thought, okay, I really need to go. The moment I walked in, I noticed a bulletin board by the entrance. It listed the dates for divine consolation, sessions where a deity descends to speak directly with people. The last available date in April was 25th. I signed up immediately. I arrived at noon. The session didn't start until 2:30. 9 people were ahead of me. I waited. Around 3 p.m., it was my turn. The spirit medium, whose name is the third Prince Santaizi, asked for my name, my lunar birth date, and address. Then he spoke. But the most surprising thing to us was, your soul has been taken for a long while. My mom and I looked at each other because I had visited so many temples before and spoken to spirit medium before. No one said this to me. So part of me thought, is this real? And another part of me thought, you know what, this makes sense. This explains everything. I followed the instruction that the third Prince Santaizi gave me. On the third day, something shifted. It's hard to describe. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't loud. It was just solid, like I have been floating slightly above myself for years, and suddenly I landed. I was me again. My mom noticed the feeling of my face has changed. The woman at my favorite chicken rice stall, someone I have been buying for decades, looked at me and said, you have a very strong spiritual connection, don't you? You know what? She never said that kind of things to me before. So this temple didn't begin with a grand plan or official ceremony. It began with a dying child. Over 100 years ago, a timber merchant's grandson fell gravely ill, bacterial meningitis. The doctors gave up. In desperation, the family sought guidance from a spirit medium connected to Mazu. She prescribed a remedy. The boy recovered. The merchant kept his promise. He donated land. Believers brought sacred incense ash from the original temple named enshrined Mazu. 5 golden statues were consecrated. The first through 5 daughters of Mazu, and this place was named Chiayi Tianhou Temple. Now that you know the miracle that created this temple, so let me take you inside, step by step, the way deity actually works through it. In Taiwanese temple culture, the order matters before you greet anyone inside. You first pay respects to heaven itself. This incense burner at the entrance represents the Jade Emperor, the supreme authority over all deities. 3 sticks of incense here. About intention. It's a simple announcement. Say, I'm here. I come with a sincere heart. And then you go in. She is the reason this temple exists. Her story begins over 360 years ago. In 1659, when a great Ming general Koxinga sailed from China to Taiwan, 3 Mazu statues were carried abroad his fleet. The first landed safely at Luo Gate. The second was enshrined at Chiayi Tianhou Temple, but the third drifted, her statue floating on the sea until she came to rest in a small village called Sanka, where she quietly received incense and faith. For nearly 100 years, she stayed there. Then, in 1956, a group of devoted people from Chiayi made a journey to invite her spirits to their city. They set up a small altar in a dormitory near a factory. Miracles followed. People came from across Taiwan. By 1967, this temple was built, and the Jade Emperor decreed its name, Chiayi Tianhou Temple. In 1974, after she completed a sacred mission on behalf of heaven, she was awarded a new title by the Jade Emperor, enshrined, the Jade Third Mother. That title is hers alone. There's no other Mazu in Taiwan with this name. To the right of Mazu is Fude Zhengshen, the earth god, who you'll know by his kind grandfatherly face. In Taiwan, you will find his shrine at almost every street corner, every market, every shop. He is the most approachable deity in Taiwanese folk religion, close to the ground, close to the people. People come to him for blessing of land, livelihood, and everyday safety. To the left of Mazu is Zhushen Nyang, the goddess of earth and children. She holds a book in her left hand and brush in her right, the book of life, which records every woman's reproductive destiny, how many children she is fated to have, and their nature. Moving to the real hall, here is Yaochi Jingmu, the Queen Mother of the West. She is one of the oldest goddesses in Chinese spiritual tradition, ancient beyond memory. She rules over the Western paradise, tends the garden of immortal pitches, and governs the transformation of souls. Her presence here is a reminder that this temple holds some of the highest power in the entire celestial hierarchy. Guanyin. Her face is recognized across Asia, across centuries. The story goes that she had fully achieved enlightenment. She was ready to leave this world. But at the very threshold, she heard the sound of human suffering, and she turned back. She could not leave while others were still in pain, so she stayed. Besides Guanyin crouches the Earth Tiger General, Dihu Jiangjun, unexpected pairing, compassion above, fierce protection below. Together, they cover everything, the suffering you can name and the dangers you can see. This altar belongs to one of the most powerful warrior deities in all of Taoism, Zhen Tian Shangdi, the supreme emperor of the dark heaven. He is the commander of North Sky, associated with North Star, the fixed point around which all heaven revolves. In Chinese cosmology, the North corresponds to element of water, the color black, and the power to subdue evil. After 40 years of cultivation, he ascended to heaven on the ninth day of the ninth lunar month and was appointed by the Jade Emperor as the supreme ruler of the North, charged with subduing evil and protecting all living beings. Welcome to the Taisui Hill. First, 斗母元君, the mother of the Big Dipper. She is one of the supreme protective deities of Taoism, depicted with multiple arms holding the instruments of heaven, governing fate, birth, and cosmic order. Second, 太岁星君, the year god. In Chinese astrology, every year is governed by a different 太岁. If your birth year conflicts with the current year's 太岁, you may experience turbulence in health, relationship, or even work. A ritual of 安太岁, coming to pay respects to stabilize your year. Third, 文昌帝君, the god of literature and examinations. Students, writers, anyone facing a major test or life decision. And Yue Dao, the old man under the moon, the matchmaker of the spirit world. He holds a red thread, the invisible cord that ties two people who are destined to find each other. Besides him is the moon lady, Yue Fu Ren Ma. Together they hold a record of every love story waiting to happen. If you're single and hoping, if you're in a relationship and wanting more, if you are simply tired and wondering if love is still coming for you, come here. Light your incense and tell him honestly what your heart wants. He's been listening for a very long time. Up on the third floor, the Lingxiao Treasure Hall, the highest space in the temple, reserved for the highest being, the Jade Emperor, the ruler of all heaven, the one who gave Mazu her title. To his right, the Thousand Dipper Star God, who records the laws of life. To his left, the North Dipper Star God, who holds the Book of Death. Together, the three of them govern the entire arc of every human life. From first breath to last, I came up here alone for a few moments. Down to the ground floor, in a separate wing, the general's residence, Yuan De Yuanshuai, stands guard here as one of the temple's divine commanders, overseeing protection and order. His hell has a different energy, quieter, more focused, almost mandatory in its stillness. The final stop on the worship path is Yi Guan. His role is to carry your prayers upward, making sure every message reaches the right deity. Think of him as a spiritual infrastructure that holds the whole system together. You leave your final prayers with him, trusting that he will deliver them. Every deity watching over a different part of your life, your land, your children, your love, your fate, your ear, your soul. This temple doesn't ask you to understand everything at once. It just asks you to show up, walk the path, light your incense, and see what moves in you. A temple born from a miracle, a visitor healed by sleeping under the altar, and me finding myself again on the third day. I don't know how to explain any of this logically, but I do know what I felt. If you ever find yourself in Chiayi, please come here, walking slowly, feel the energy, and see what she had to say to you. I'm Elizabeth. Meet you in the next episode.
Well, I already know I give you love, but you ration yours. You open up just to close the door, just to close the door.